A jagged block sheared from the granite wall and split in two at Malad's feet, inches from his claws. He paused in his work to hiss at the underling beside him, flecks of spittle escaping between yellowed fangs.
If we should delve deep enough to reach the white core, Cousin Gorid, take care not to touch it. Yes, take care, take care.
The goblin mine boss set his pickaxe down and thrust a gray-green hand into the lantern's glow, showing off a mottled scar.
It burns.
Malad's crew hauled away debris behind him and shored up the passage. They channeled a good deal south from the northern foot of the monstrous peaks. Most feared to tunnel there, afraid the unnatural mountains might come crashing down on them. But Malad's crew feared his wrath more than cave-ins. Seeing his chief resting, Gorid upended his pickaxe and leaned a pair of wiry forearms on the handle.
"The dragons will be pleased with us, cousin. Yes, pleased indeed. No one has come this far before. No one."
Weak, Gorid was, and lazy, a sniveling toadstool kisser.
Who told you to stop working?
Malad kicked the axe handle and sent his cousin tumbling to the ground.
Now pick yourself up and get to it. Get to it!
He added a second kick for good measure, letting his claws stab into the smaller goblin's fungal flesh. The others laughed. Gorid recovered his pickaxe and swung with new fervor at the solid black granite. Each strike bounced off with a disappointing clink.
Useless cur!
Malad let the rage, the black fire of his people, surge. He spun Gorid by the shoulders and shoved him against the wall.
Useless!
The cackles of his crew fed his frenzy, and Malad pounded Gorid's skull against the rock.
Perhaps if you used your head, cousin.
With a crunch of brittle-knit bone and a crack of granite, a chunk of wall broke loose and slipped away. White stone glistened behind. A thunderclap sounded within the mountain. A crewman snorted.
"It worked! Using his head worked!"
You shut up! Be quiet!
Malad let Gorid slump to the floor and stared at the exposed face. The core. He crept forward, stepping upon his groaning relative to get a closer look. The white stone had always been as smooth as polished glass. No tool of goblin or dragon design could ever mar it. Yet a web of spidery cracks sparkled in the lantern's flicker. This little patch of the southern overlord's impossible barrier looked as fragile as eggshells. He swung his pickaxe. The fragile shell chipped. Malad swung again. Sparks flew. White dust surrounded him. The tough, fibrous skin of his face and arms sizzled. Gorid screamed at his feet. Then fragments exploded from the patch in a sudden torrent of cold air. Pain, agony, yet not from the burning. Malad feared his head might burst. He doubled over, clawing at his temples.
"Boss?"
I'm fine.
His voice, not his voice.
"But, boss, your skin is burning still."
Malad struck the worried crewman across the mouth with the back of his hand.
I'm fine, I say.
The pain in his flesh was welcome fuel for his rage, and the pain within his skull had fled as quickly as it came, leaving him stronger than ever before. Stronger, yes, wiser. Malad knew things. Ages of understanding poured into his mind. He couldn't shut it out. He didn't want to. All settled to silence, save for Gorid's dying moans. The torrent of wind had dropped to a mere breeze, and the air carried with it a foul smell that hadn't affronted Malad's nostrils for decades. No, not Malad's nostrils. The memory was not his. It belonged to the ancient spirit filling his mind, and the ancient spirit knew that stink. The unmistakable stench of the Keledan.